Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are joining from. It's wonderful to be with you here today. I'm so glad that you're with me. So today in the United States, we honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his legacy. And I thought it might be a great way to start today by sharing a story that I hadn't heard until recently about Dr. King, and it was specific to the topic of faith. It came back around last week as I was tuning in to what had happened in Los Angeles with the fires, with so many who had lost everything. And it came back into my awareness as I was reviewing some social media posts and some writings about what people were experiencing, and this lack of uh, just not knowing what would be next for them. And so let me share the story with you today about Dr. King and about faith. So back in 1955, Dr. King was nominated to lead a Montgomery bus boycott in Alabama. It was for 13 months. And if you're not familiar with the boycott, it was an effort by Black Americans to protest segregation by refusing to ride city buses. And during that time, Dr. King was receiving death threats, and he had been getting up to 40 a day. So, according to the story, he was used to that, and he was managing um, his response, his reaction to those threats, and just calling in calm, courage, faith. But then about 8 weeks in, he got a death threat that was particularly disturbing to him. And he had his wife at home, and he had a small child, and he started to feel this crisis of confidence, this loss of faith. And he turned to prayer, as he always did. And he said he described this experience of hearing an inner voice, which he described as the voice of God. And the voice of God told him to press on, and told him that he was never alone, and that he was divinely protected. And so he did. He pressed on, and he took that as a sign to keep going, which he did. And what it reminded me of was the lessons in faith that we all face, whether we do have a crisis in confidence or a loss of someone, the loss of something, like so many are experiencing now, and even both, the loss of someone or something. And in these moments when we feel that we have nothing more to lose, when we feel in such despair, there is this invisible force that we can tap into, that we can call into our lives, this faith that we can have become our guide. So today we will be engaging in meditation. We'll tune into the breath and the body to start. And then we will be doing a passage meditation that draws on the wisdom of Dr. King's teachings about faith. And if you haven't done a passage meditation before, it simply focuses on contemplating or repeating a passage. It can be from an inspirational text, it can be from a spiritual book or text. And what we do is we tune into that passage, and then we anchor our attention, our mind, into the present moment, and open the heart to see what new insights might come in. So what I will do is I will lead us into meditation. I will help us settle the mind and the body. And then I will read the passage. We will contemplate that the first time, and then I will reread it, because sometimes when you reread a passage or rehear a passage, you might have new insights that bubble up. So a couple of essentials before we get started. It's okay to have thoughts. Thoughts are natural. It's in the nature of the mind to think, like it is the eyes to see. So when you have thoughts that creep in, which they inevitably will do, go ahead and return your attention over and over again to the breath, the body, whatever is anchoring your attention. The second essential is don't try too hard to have a certain experience today. Simply have the one that you're having. It is perfect. It is complete. The third essential is let go of any expectations that you might have. It's really important to treat each meditation like it's your first. And I love when Sarah says, welcome everything and resist nothing. The fourth essential is always be kind to yourself like a good friend would. There's no right or wrong with meditation. It's simply whatever unfolds for you in the moment. So always be kind to yourself. And the final essential is stick with the practice. So today we will be meditating for about 20 minutes and I will keep track of the time. Okay, so let's begin. Go ahead and allow yourself to arrive into this present moment, taking your time to find a comfortable position that really suits your practice, that allows you to be comfortable, relaxed, and alert, whatever that means for you. And so once you've found that seat, you might rest your hands in your lap or at your sides. And close your eyes if you haven't done so already, or find a soft gaze at a point in front of you. And allowing yourself to switch from your usual mode of doing to a mode of non-doing, to simply being in this moment. And there's nowhere to go, nothing to do, simply resting in this moment and in presence. And if there's anything that you can do to make yourself even 5% more comfortable, go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and give yourself a couple of long, slow, and deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose at your own pace. Sending a signal to your body that it's okay to relax and to be here right now. Allowing your belly to be soft and receptive. Softening with each breath. And allowing your breath to return to its natural rhythm and depth. And as you settle into the stillness, become aware of any sounds in your environment. You might tune in to any sounds that are far away at first. Perhaps noticing the sounds that are most obvious at first. And tuning in to the sounds that might be closer to home, within the space around you. Tuning into the quality of the sounds and refraining from any judgment about whether the sounds are pleasant or unpleasant. And just noticing. You might draw your attention to any sounds within the body. The sound of your heartbeat, and the sound of a gurgling in your belly. Now bringing the lens of your awareness now to a mindful check-in. Perhaps relaxing the shoulders a bit more, and the belly. You might notice some tension in the jaw or any other part of the body. Whatever space in the body, whatever spot comes to your attention, perhaps move there and bring the breath there for just a moment, seeing if you can bring some ease or movement to that space. Perhaps tuning into parts of the body where you already feel ease, movement. Being present with anything that is. Drawing your attention now to the rise and the fall of the chest. Perhaps the expansion and contraction of the belly. Noticing where in the body your breath is. Perhaps as you breathe in and out, noticing the temperature change of the breath. Perhaps the direction of the breath as it moves in and out of the body. Breathing in, breathing out, each time with awareness. Being mindful of each breath. I'll begin to read the passage slowly and notice what might arise for you as the words pour into your awareness. Dr. King says, faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. And sitting now for a few minutes as these words circulate in the stillness, noticing perhaps any symbols, feelings, or words that might arise in your awareness. And anytime your mind wanders, distracted by a thought or an emotion, just notice and bring your attention back to the present moment without any judgment. I will keep track of the time. Be right here, right now in the stillness. Breathing in and breathing out. Returning over and over again to the breath and to the words of the passage. I'll read Dr. King's words once more. And as you hear them again, you might tune into any new insights or wisdom that might arise. Could be in the form of colors, sounds, words, or symbols. Simply noticing anything that comes into your awareness. Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. We'll sit together in silence for a few more minutes, and I will keep track of the time. Now letting go of any insights you may have gained. Resting in the stillness for another moment or two. Noticing how the body feels. Tuning in to what it feels to be anchored in the center of your being. Being anchored into the essence of who you are. And whatever may come, whatever future now moments may hold, knowing that this essence, this is you. And this stillness, this calm is available to you wherever you may go and whenever you need it. As this meditation draws to a close, I invite you to gradually bring some gentle movement back into the body. It's really important to come out of meditation slowly at your own pace. You might wiggle the toes a bit, perhaps the fingers. You might bring some gentle movement to the shoulders and neck. Perhaps moving the wrists or stretching into the space around you. Just tuning in to what feels right and what feels good to you. And when you're ready, you're welcome to blink your eyes open. Looking into the space around you with fresh eyes. Perhaps tuning into something that you didn't notice before. I want to thank you so much for being here with me today. If you're so inclined to bring your hands together, thumb knuckles at the breastbone. I want to say thank you again for joining me. The light in me honors and sees the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. And we'll see you next time.